Hi YouTube. I made a video on the Garmin Edge 1030 where I told people that they could use car mode to navigate around. But my wife and I were riding on the West River Trail in Jamaica, Vermont, which starts off like a bike trail but then turns into more of a hiking / mountain bike trail, and we were on our gravel bikes, so we ended up having to walk out, and we didn't want to go back the same way we had come. So in the middle of my ride, switched my unit to car mode, which should follow roads and take highways because I wanted to take Route 100 back. So as I'm creating this video, I realized I left out something. I forgot to say that I stopped the course I was following and I went and chose navigate back to start. And when I did that, my GPS couldn't do it. It said that the maps that I have downloaded would not work. So let's pick up the video there. And I'm going to demonstrate what the message I got. If I am in car mode and I say go to a course, and I go to say saved courses, and I go to say Greendale Campground, and I say ride, and it says would you like to navigate to the beginning of the course, and I say yes, and it's going to say calculating, and it says route calculation error, maps do not have routable roads in this area. And I was like, what? But they do have routable roads for bikes, maybe not for autos. So the one thing I did to actually be able to find my way back was I created a new profile. I went and in activity profiles, I said create new, copy existing, and I copied my mountain bike profile, and I'm going to call it gravel. I'm going to call it all uppercase gravel. There's the uppercase. I'm going to call it gravel, even though I'm going to go on pavement. And I'm going to call it gravel here. And the data screen should all be the same. I think I'm done. So now, if I go back, I can choose between car and gravel. And if I say gravel courses, saved courses, Greendale Campground, ride. Would you like to navigate to the beginning of the course? Yes. It's going to take a long time to calculate, that's fine. And it calculated how to get there. Unlike car mode. So the map that is installed on this is a cycling map, not a car driving map. If I go into activity profiles, car, and go to navigation, map information, it comes with a base map, Garmin Cycle Map North America, Garmin DEM Map North America, whatever that is, Garmin Geocode Map North America, and Garmin Cycle Map America Central. Those are the only maps that are there, and none of them are automobile type maps. This is a Garmin Edge 810. It would do everything fine, but this did not come with maps. And what I did was I actually downloaded maps, and I have a video on how to do that, and I'll put the video in the description, onto a micro SD card. Now the 1030 takes a micro SD card. I get a coin. Okay. I'm going to put this SD card in here. This SD card has maps on it for Openstreet Maps, I believe, but I don't remember what's on here, but we'll check it afterwards. So I'm going to put this card with the maps in here, and close this down. And now, probably should have shut the unit off. I'm going to power the unit off, power this back on, and let's see if it has the new maps. Activity profiles, car, navigation, map, select map. We have the base map, the cycle map, the DEM map, Garmin Geocode map, Garmin Cycle map. But then we have Alaska, US Openstreet Map Automobile West, Hawaii, Openstreet Map Auto Midwest, Mountain Northeast, Pacific, South Atlantic, South Central, and US Openstreet Map Automobile East, which is enabled. And if I didn't want that enabled, I could disable it here, but I want it enabled. So now all those maps are available for this thing to figure out how to route me to the place I want to go. So now I'm going to go in car mode, go to courses, go to saved courses, go to Greendale and say ride and say navigate to beginning of course. So that worked. Anyway, the whole point of this video was I was wrong. This unit, the way it comes, cannot do automobile street maps. So you need to download those. The cycle maps that come with this apparently don't allow street map navigation. Now, if you are going to navigate to an address, the way these work, it's very archaic. If I wanted to go to a street, I would go search, I would go to address, and first you have to select your country, then you have to select your state, and if it's not Massachusetts, you would click here and type in VE Vermont. So here's Vermont. Then enter the city or postal code. So I'm going to type in BU. So it came up with Burlington. Enter the house number. Let's say 10. And enter the street name. Let's try Church Street. And it puts a little thing there, and then you can say ride. And it will figure out how to get you there. So that's kind of archaic compared to something like Waze, where you would go in here and say where to, and you'd say 10 Church Street, Burlington, Vermont, and it would just show up there. And you could say go. So you have to do the multiple steps to get the street name and everything in there. So the answer to the question is this unit can function like a car GPS unit if you have the right maps loaded. And like I said, I have a video on how to get all the Openstreet maps for this. So one thing you probably want to know is how much space is available on the Garmin Edge 1030. It comes with 15 gigabytes. I just store all my activities on it and the maps that came with it. That takes up 8 gigabytes out of the 15. So you have 7 gigabytes available. But how much do those other maps take up? So here are my other maps. Little SD microcard was a 32 gigabyte card. 20 is available, so I've used 11 gigabytes to store the Openstreet Maps on. And if I go to my Garmin folder, you will see these. I have Alaska, Hawaii, Midwest, Mountain, Northeast, Pacific, South Atlantic, South Central, and I named these, and then I have US Auto, East, Mountain, and West. These are the 3 that probably give you automobile routing for the United States, and they look like they're a total of 3 gigabytes. So I think you would have enough space to store those maps directly on the Garmin unit itself, and you'd still have, say, 4 gigabytes left for your activities and map updates and unit updates. I would prefer to buy a separate card to put those maps on so you're not interfering with whatever Garmin's doing on their unit. Okay, thanks for watching.